Schrader valves on gas pressure test gauges let inspectors and homeowners attach, verify, and safely release pressure so you can confirm a gas line is leak-free without guesswork. When you pressure test gas lines for leaks, a Schrader valve acts as the controlled entry point for introducing test pressure from a pump or cylinder. The valve's pin seals automatically when the fitting is removed, so you do not need extra plugs or clumsy fittings. Use a gauge with a high-quality Schrader core and a matching threaded adapter that compresses the core evenly. Cheap adapters can bend the core pin and give false leakage readings. Before applying pressure, depress the core with a small tool briefly to confirm it is not stuck, then recharge and watch the gauge for any unexpected drop. That quick check prevents a wasted test and detects a frozen core. For accurate readings, always perform a soap solution or electronic leak check after stabilizing pressure for the specified hold time, because micro leaks can show only after line temperature and pressure equalize. When bleeding the system after the test, press the Schrader pin slowly while monitoring the gauge to avoid pressure spikes or hammering that could stress fittings. Never open downstream appliances or regulators during bleed. If you suspect a false positive from the gauge itself, isolate the gauge, cap the Schrader port, and attach a calibrated master gauge to cross-check. This isolates gauge error from actual line leakage. Keep spare Schrader cores and a small valve core tool in your kit, and replace cores that show corrosion, thread wear, or poor seal behavior. Routine replacement at regular maintenance intervals prevents test failures. Finally, mark tested sections and record initial and final pressures with timestamps, so any later pressure loss can be correlated with environmental changes or work performed. One of the most common mistakes is using the wrong Schrader adapter or damaged valve that causes false leak detection in gas leak testing and pressure testing. Fix it by fitting a purpose-made gas test adapter, inspecting the valve core for straightness, and swapping in a new core before testing. One of the second frequent issue is failing to verify the Schrader valve is not stuck, leading to misreadings and unsafe assumptions about leak-free lines. Fix this by briefly depressing the core before pressurizing, then recharging and watching for stable pressure. One of the third problem is bleeding pressure too quickly or without monitoring, which can create pressure transients that mask real leaks or damaged components. Fix it by slowly pressing the Schrader pin while watching the gauge and ensuring downstream equipment is isolated. BigHomeProjects.com lists trusted local contractors who specialize in gas line installation and pressure testing, helping homeowners find vetted pros quickly. The directory also helps contractors get work by connecting them with nearby customers searching for certified technicians for natural gas and liquefied petroleum propane line testing.